What's up, guys? The Gangsta Jeweler here. So today we are going to be working on a piece that is kind of I don't know what the hell's happened to this thing. I honestly don't. But hold on, I gotta adjust you guys here a little bit. But here's what we got. Let me make sure I got this zoomed in correctly too. There we go. But look at this. So this necklace, it's a Franco, which Francos are bad enough, and it's hollow. This is where it's broke. But look at this. So there is see, look right there. Somebody welded it with looks like lead solder. And you don't want to do this because that lead contaminates the gold and you can't get rid of it. The only way you're going to be able to do that now is you'd have to get rid of these two links right here. Would have to come out. But somebody welded it with lead there. Then we got some other places in here where it's all busted. Right there. Right. I know there's a bunch of places in here. I seen like 5 of them at least. Where was that other spot at? Yeah, see right there. It's all busted and stretched. This thing is just all mangled up, man. I don't know what they're doing to this thing, but they're not taking care of it, that's for sure. Yeah, see right, right there. That's the worst part, where they put lead in there. It's gonna break again. That I can assure them for sure. It will break again. Absolutely will. But they just want it together, I guess, for some kind of a special occasion that they got going on. Now oh yeah, that link is fried. That link is done. Oh boy. Hold on, let me zoom this out just a tiny little bit. Maybe we'll just try it at like 1.4. See how that works. And this camera sucks. I'll be so glad when I get my other phone from T-Mobile, because this camera is terrible. It's just not good. Anyways, so yeah, this link here is really no good either. But what we're gonna try to do is see if we can't go ahead and see if we can't loop that through. Oh, it's already missing a piece in the bottom. Yep. No, that thing's done. We can't use that link. See, it's busted there. That link it's toast. And it's missing part of part of the bottom there. Oh boy. Well, that's not cool. Not cool at all. Yeah, that link's no good, y'all. I don't think we can save it either. I don't know, just for kicks and giggles, I guess let's just try to, let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens if. Yeah, no, that thing's done. That link is done. I'm just trying to see if maybe, hold on, I gotta adjust you guys here a little bit. Just trying to see if maybe I can somehow save this link. I don't know that we can, but I'm gonna try. Sorry y'all, I'm trying to keep you in focus the best I can. This new camera that I'm using right now kind of sucks. But not a whole lot I can do about that at the moment. God, that link is just screwed. Yeah, that thing is toast. We might be able to save it though. This is definitely what I like to call a piece of shit. I mean a legit piece of shit. Like for real. Yeah, that's not going to work. See, we're missing that other piece that's got it. So you have one that should go through there, and then one that should go through there. So, yeah, that's just not going to work. We're going to have to take that link out. I'm sorry, guys. We're just going to have to take it out. That link is toast. And this necklace is plenty long enough. One link ain't going to make a difference. But that link is done. And in all fairness, this whole necklace is about done. But I mean, from when I picked it up, from what they say, the way the guy treats the thing, I don't know how much longer it's going to last him, unfortunately. So, geez, that link is already, see, look at that link. That link's busted on one side already. I don't know what people be doing with their jewelry, man. What are they doing? Oh boy, I don't know if we're going to be able to use that link either, because I need to be able to cut it in a certain spot to get it to hold on, let me grab my big cutters here. Yeah, so then what we're going to have to do is grab this pair of pliers. This isn't where I wanted to cut it, but since this link is already busted, this is one of the ones that was already broke. We're going to see if we can uniform this, because where I really need to cut it to link it in and be able to weld it is most certainly not in that area. And Francos are the worst, which you guys, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know Francos are absolute nightmares to work on. I don't know a jeweler that likes them at all. Especially hollow Francos, because you can't hide the welds. You just can't. As much as I'd love to say you can. You know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to keep you in focus here. Let me see. So now we're going to have to bend that up a little, bend that out a little, and bend this back a little. And we need to cut a little bit. Cut a little bit off of the end there. Alright, now what we gotta do is see if we can't get that bottom part to loop through there. We need to get that through. No, it's wanting to pull up on me for some reason. Let's try that again. There we go. Got our link through there. Oh, well, I did just have it through there. There we go. Now stay. You got to get that linked around there, if we can. There we go. And then that's not normally where I would cut the link at, but being that that next link was already broke in a certain spot, I think we were able to make it still work, so we didn't have to take another link out. But you can see we got it looped in there now. Now you're not going to be able to weld into there, but what we can do, and believe it or not, you know what? I think what we're going to do, because where that's at, we're going to weld it on the sides here instead of the top like I normally would. But we got that linked in there. Now you're not going to be able to weld that together just because of where it was broke at. But we very well just might we'll do on the side there, and that'll kind of actually hide it a little bit better. Only thing is though, see, that might work for this side because it's right there, but on this side where it was broke at, not so much. So I don't know. Like I said, these Francos are a little tricky. I like how they fixed this one. Look at this. You can tell it was fixed there before. Not really sure what they were trying to do there. Looks weird to me. Kind of sticks out like a sore thumb because you can tell by the way that the link is stretched out now. Looks like they just cut two links and then put those two links together and then welded the top and the bottom there. But then it stretches it out too much. Alright, back to ours. Where's ours at? Don't tell me I lost it already. Alright. Come on, where's ours at? I don't know. Oh, and I gotta readjust you guys here. I done put it back. Woven in, now I can't find it. Where are you at? I know it's close to here. Hold on, guys. Still gotta adjust you a little bit. There we go. Where in the world? There it is. Right there. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Right there. Yeah, that's it. And right there. Okay. So we're going to have to get something on our desk to kind of mark where it's at, because otherwise we're going to lose it. So, let us, let's see. Let's grab one of our burrs here. We'll stick it right there. We'll point it right at that white thing right there. And we are going to stick it right there like that. Okay. Now what we need to do is get us some boric acid. You need your alcohol here. Okay, and we're going to be using a 4-tip for this, so we're not using a super big flame. Let's go ahead and burn that boric acid denatured alcohol off of there. Set that on fire, and we're going to grab us some flux here. I still can't believe somebody tried to put that back together with lead solder. That's that kind of solder you use for like electronics. If you know what I mean. which I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. It's that low flow, like lead solder that you use like a soldering iron for. But don't do that, because if you weld your gold with that, it contaminates the gold. You can't repair that link anymore. That link has to come out because it'll be contaminated from then on. So, and any jeweler that I know ain't going to try to fix that link. They're going to pull that link out because it could contaminate their picks and stuff, and they're not going to have all that. So, let me get you guys zoomed in here. Alright, guys. Let that flux burn off just a little bit. Did I see? Did we just dropped our solder, guys? Can you believe that? I can believe it. I'm pretty good at that. If I'm not good at anything else, I'm good at dropping solder. What did I do with my tweezers? Tweezers, where you at? We'll use these temporarily. There's my solder right there. And let's try this again. Let's get a little bit smaller flame there. Let's go ahead and grab our solder again. And round two. Round two, guys. Now remember, I've said in past videos, try to do the best you can on the Francos. It's really hard to hide the welds on these. Francos and herringbones are probably the two worst chains you'll ever work on. And you just hide the welds the best you can. In most every other thing, you can hide the welds for the most part. Not always, like some rope chains you really can't. But you try your best, you know. Well, dang, that didn't go anywhere close to where we wanted it. Let's get some more flux on there, guys. Get some more flux on there. And let's try that again. Alright, guys. Let's let that bubble up a little bit. There we go. I think that might have it together. We need to take a look at it though. What did I do with my tweezers? Tweezers, where you at? Come on. That's another thing. I can't hold on to tweezers. Alright, well, at any rate, let's take a look at it here. Oh, that's hot. Let's cool that off for a second. So right there, I think that makes it look a little bit better. Only thing is I need to get a little bit on the inside there too. If I can get this to focus in. We got some right there. We need to get some right there to hold that back piece in. So let's go ahead and we're going to have to re-boric acid and flux this here. Gonna have to re-boric acid and flux it. We need to get us a little piece there. Put some more flux on there. There we go. Where's that piece I just cut? Is that it? There it is. No? Well, I thought I cut a piece, but apparently I didn't. Thought I did, but I did not. All right. Let's see if we can't get this to go in a little bit further here. Did that go where we wanted it to? Maybe. I think it did. What I can tell anyways. There we go. I think we're there now. Let's take a look at it here. Let's take a good look at it here. All right. Oh yeah. We got it attached to the other part too. So you can see right there. And then we got it attached to the inside part there. Yeah. And that's going to make it look better too, not being on the top like that. And that'll clean up real nice too. Yeah. Now that actually worked out pretty well. I'm glad we could save this link here. Alright, now we need to work on the other side though. Now this side, I don't know if we're going to be able to do quite the same thing we did on the other side. Because the link doesn't really wrap around. It's like part of it's missing. So I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it through to grab both sides there. We'll try. But we might not be able to. What I need to do is turn it around like this. put our little thing there. And it's going to be right there. Right there. Alright. Let's go ahead and flux this bad boy. Get some boric acid denatured alcohol on there. Help with the fire scale a little bit. There we go. Cut us a piece of solder here. And grab our solder on our pick here. And just see, oh, we're forgetting the most important part, guys. Flux. That might help, huh? Flux usually helps in certain situations. Alright, now, let's just see if we can't get this side to work out like the other one did. It would be nice. It would be nice. But remember, Franco's and herringbones, man, and snake chains. Those are going to be your 3 worst nightmares. And really anything hollow sucks, but those are the worst. Franco's for sure, and herringbones, they're at the top of the list. Because it's super hard to hide the welds unless they're broke like at the end tab. Then you could put the necklace under the end tab, not a big deal. I don't think that went where we wanted it to. We're going to have to cut us another piece, guys, unfortunately. That did not go as planned there. Let's go ahead and cut us another piece here. But yeah, if you're just starting out and you think you're going to use lead solder, you better think that one again. First of all, lead solder and gold don't mix too well. Secondly, if you're using a regular torch like this, the lead solder is going to melt so fast that you're just going to have a mess all over the place. You got to remember, jewelry repair is not like having a soldering iron and soldering some electronics. It don't quite work that way. Just, it does not quite work that way. I think we got it, guys. Sorry, trying to keep you in focus there. I think we got it all the way through. I don't know. Let's cool it off, take a look here. Cool it off and take a look. Let's see what we got here. So we got... Where's our spot at? Where's our spot at? Well, first I gotta find where our spot is because I've lost it somewhere. There it is. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. Okay. So you can see we got our solder through there. And we got our solder through that side as well. See, and that's woven in a lot better. It looks uniform. Now I can't fault whoever, if I can get this to focus back in, I can't fault whoever did this part, right? Not that side, right there. See, they looks like they just cut two links and then put them together. Only problem is though is that sticks out because you got that huge wide gap there. But I mean, Francos are hard to work with anyways. So, but you want it to be woven in to look uniform like that. So, but at any rate, ours is going to look a hell of a lot better than all the other work that's been on there. Not trying to toot my own horn, but like I said, this here really wasn't a bad idea right here. Hold on, let me zoom you guys back out for a second. Like I said, this right here wasn't really a bad idea, but you just got too wide of a gap there. But here's where we, yeah, right here. But that's us. If I can get it back in focus. But at any rate, guys, we got that part done. I'm going to drop this in ultrasound. I'm going to use a brush at the desk on the Dremel to get in these tight areas to clean that up. But other than that, guys, we should be done with this. This lead solder right here, though, man, I don't know what they got going on here. That's different. You got lead solder right there. You got a piece missing there. Oh boy, it'll break again. That I can guarantee it will break again. It won't break where we fixed it, but this chain will break again. But I'm going to go drop it in ultrasound and polish it up, and then we'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. I'll be right back. Alright, I don't think that was a recording. So, anyways, here's the deal. I don't know what happened to my freaking, what's going on with this thing. But here is where we fixed it at, right? I gotta find it again. Right here. So right here's where we fixed it at. Put it back together. You can see that looks a lot better than this here. Now, like I said, this here, back in the day, I probably would have tried to do something like that. I'm not knocking whoever did this. I just wouldn't have done it like that because it sticks out too much because you got too much of a gap there. But at any rate, and then also I don't really recommend this. Let me find it. Where is it at? Gotta find it. Where is it at? Where are you at? That's it. Don't recommend this. So that's, if I can keep that in focus, that's lead solder. Come on, focus. Focus. But right there, that's lead solder. You don't want to do that. You're going to contaminate it. Only this necklace will break again. That I can say for sure. It's got a lot of busted links in it, like this and down the chain. So there's a couple places in here that just ain't really too hot. Like I said, I'm not knocking who did this. Like I said, back in the day, I probably would have done something like that. But at any rate, guys, but ours is right. Gotta find it again. Right there. If I can get that in focus. Come on. Focus in. You can do it. Come on. There we go. I think we got it. That's where we fixed it right. Dang it, I done lost it already. Right. Dang, I done lost it. Hold on, let me find it again. Oh, come on, there it is. Alright, this is where we fixed it. Now I gotta try to get it to focus in again. Come on. You can do it. There we go. This is where we fixed it out, right here. Right in this area. You can see that's woven in, kind of blends in a lot better than having it stretch like that. That sticks out. But like I said, I'm not knocking whoever did that. Basically what they did is they just cut two links right here at the top and then just put them together. Which ain't a bad idea. I maybe would have tried to put them a little closer, but at any rate, this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you would like to subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you would like for me to do repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop. I'll have the link for that down in the description. I'll probably make a video of me doing it. Also, if you're a business in the Jacksonville area or Orange Park, would like me to start doing your repairs, you can email me. I'll put my email down in the bottom there. Also, if you'd like to check out my live reaction and gaming streams on Kick and TikTok, I'll have the links for those down in the description. And other than that, guys, I think that about covers everything. But this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. This was a fairly simple one. Didn't go too haywire. So the only thing I can guarantee is this will break again. It won't break where we fixed it, but there's other links in here that are just shot. But at any rate, this is Gangster Jeweler, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.